function. All right, now that we have our knurl on there, we're gonna shape the end. The end is the same side as the center drill, all right? You'll need a little piece of tape, machinist ruler, and a piece of paper, as well as a file. All right, so the first thing you're gonna do is you're going to make the tape nice and small. It's much easier to use a small piece of tape. I'm going to save the tape for later, right there. And I want to put the tape exactly a ½ inch in, so I've got a little trick. What I do is I put the piece of tape on the ½ inch mark, but then I put it on the 1 inch right there. That way it's a ½ inch in. Notice that I'm using the straight edge. I press it down with my thumb, pull this out. All right, so now I got a piece of tape a ½ inch in. Next thing is we need to protect this knurl that you made. So I'm gonna use a piece of paper to do that. We need about, I don't know, a couple inches of paper like this. So I take and I crease it really well. And then I just gently pull it outwards. Like that. Should give you a nice, well, it should have given you a nice even rip, but this is good enough. So then you're gonna wrap it around exactly twice. There's once. There's twice. Pinch it down with your thumb, pull straight down, and then you just load it up in your chuck. Give it a good squeeze, but not the super squeezed. Just snug enough to hold it. Like I can't move it with my hand. We won't need the tailstock, so we're gonna leave it out here. And then we're gonna take our knurling tool, we'll put it back in the holder. I'm gonna put it down in my tray for right now. And then we're gonna load back up our cutting tool. So whenever you load up your cutting tool, you have to center it. Make sure those match up, handle straight up. We're gonna adjust it until they match. Cool. All right. And now you have to get that cutting tool bit right up to the surface of the plastic. I call this the paper trick. What I do is I put the paper underneath it and get the tool bit visually close, but not touching. And then I stick the paper in between it. And as I have the paper in there, I kind of move it up and down while I twist the collar so that eventually it just barely grabs. And then I reach over and I move that off. And then I go to the collar, hold the handle still, and I zero out the collar. All right, so now I've got a great starting position. The depth of my cut is going to be 30 thousandths, so I'm going to turn the handle to 30. All right. This time I'm going to slow down the feed rate. I'm going to change it from C to D. And now I'm ready to go. I'm going to cut this all the way to the tape line. Pull up the clutch, it moves. some plastic in the way, I stop it, clean it off a little bit, and keep going. Ready, set, stop. All right. Now my end has to be 3/8 of an inch long. Right now it's a 1/2 inch and it's kind of got a rough cut end. So we're gonna do a process called facing. And we're gonna face it off at 3/8 of an inch. All right, so find the 1/8 side of your machinist screw, ruler, and then we're gonna line it up right with this. So if you can get a shot of this side. So on the 1/8 side, we're gonna line the other end up right with the knurl. I'm holding it right there, and then I'm gonna put it right up there. And I'm gonna get my cutting tool bit just pointing to the outside of it. That way when I go across, it should end up being exactly 3/8. So this is called facing. I'm gonna turn this on. I'm just gonna run this all the way to the center, and then all the way back. Turn it off. And then I'm gonna check it. Is this 3/8 of an inch? If you look right there, it's 3/8 of an inch. I've got to do one more thing. I'm gonna put a chamfer on it. Right now it's got a pretty sharp edge and we want that edge to have a flat part or a chamfer at 45 degrees, okay? So to file something at a 45-degree angle, there's 90, that's 0, so halfway is 45. I'm going to turn this on. I'm gonna push down with my thumb, try to keep that angle, and I just go straight across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna do it one more time. And that should give me a pretty good chamfer.